I've been bout my papyrus since I've been in it. Put me in a debate, you know I'm gon' win it. If I scream black power, don't get timid. If I say black city, I'm talking about Kemet. If I say black city, I'm talking about Kemet. Primary researching, we done pushed it to the limits. All you dudes finished. The king counting cattle up with brother Reggie. When I'm in Oakland, smoke smoking, bro, they love the Chevy. Back in the day, it was the spokes on the chariot. Long procession when the king got carried out to every spot. Woman looking nice as ISIS. I read ancient texts, so my advice is priceless. Nubian gold, your ice don't entice us. Beating me harder than counting grains in your spices. Your heart was beating, but your brain dead, you're lifeless. Yo, they ain't nothing like us, yo. Don't try to make me mad. Make me smile and say you love me, man. That's real right there. Yeah, come on. You should listen to your man's advice. Or do a YouTube and apologize like Dice. Or the back fade coming like the Antichrist. Egyptologists sent me reading and said that I'm nice. I got a speller with your name on it. I'm like Sargon. You the type of dude wake up in your car gone. Told, cause of the money you owe. Before you stream, you should clean up that humble abode. Like Akhenaten City for my woman in gold. I keep the pseudos running, people coming in droves. You catch me on a live stream with Pan-African James. Taking them things for protection. Got connections. My complexion, pure black, that's the S. Make me smile. You love me? Show me some love. All right.
My people, what? Y'all that out there. Go on and tap in, let's get it poppin', say something when you roll through. But go on and play this other tune and let's talk about it. Have some fun. My time freeing up. I can't wait, man. All right, I'm gonna play this tune. Let's go.
Black people, I love you, and I love you enough to tell you, you ain't ready to revolt shit. You don't feed yourself, you don't hunt your own animals and slaughter them, you don't prepare for your own meat, you don't own your own land, you don't have a seed growing in your window. So when you think about revolutionaryism, and you think about fighting and dying in the street, you ain't shit.
Mike said black people ain't ready to revolt. It's a disparaging marriage and he ready to elope. Maritime coastline, deep V hull boat. Crack a nose turned up, machete to your throat. The divine snatched the arm back, she fine, she in Zinga. Moroccan mercenary got a line on Moringa. Ask Chief X to swing it. Go fund me to rock a new car or build a school like I'm Dr. Umar. Nah, go fund some more guns, banana clips and cannabis, and bury it, the jackal, Anubis. I'm cool, keep them heaters, and I'm in tie in an abyss. He ain't rapping due to libations, he just channeling this.
Hands down, you ain't ready to oppose nothing. You are as a part of this system as any white person gentrified.
I'm on life. Hovercraft propellers over swamp water. We make the thoughtful think they should have thought harder. Be aware of this. Don't blink, there's only one blunt between the careful and careless. It's hard to face it when you need a shrink or a therapist. Mental disorder ordered them to label you a terrorist. I breathe elements and I found the secret. We could all walk on water if it's ground beneath it. I carry my weapon and keep my trees, and still be Hotep and ask Tariq Nasheed. 6 in the morning I greet my seed, then do everything I think I need.
I have to say this, because I know our spirit and our emotions get stirred. I'm not against nobody on the panel. I'm with everybody on the panel. I'm not I agree with everything my brother said about revolutionaryism. So let me ask you guys a few questions. We're in the South, we're in the heart of the South right now. Fishing. Who knows how to fish? Black people, hands down. Who knows how to hunt? Let's hands down, hands down.
Check my check.
Black people, are
Shout out to Sister Amina for that right there. Sounded beautiful on the track.
Black people, are you ready to revolt? Black people, are you ready to revolt?
And if y'all don't know, that's off that album called Fights Over Egypt by Casual. Make sure y'all check that joint out. Get it right on my Bandcamp. That make me want to yawn right now. I just was about to let out a big old yawn. What's up, Tony Macaroni? Soul Power Venice. What's up? Long time. Pan-African Designs. I need to get you back on there. Venice. Hadn't seen you in a minute. Pan-African. Sadiq, what's going on? How y'all doing? What's up, Solomonic? Man, Tariffs is hella crazy. But I don't know. Some people probably don't believe that all of this stuff is going to affect us in the way it's going to affect us. But it definitely is. Like we all going to feel it a little bit. I went to Costco today. I don't know what this is about. It must be something different. Shout out to Solomonic. Thank you. It must not have been the tariffs. But when I was walking into Costco today, the lady was like screaming at the front door, "No eggs. There are no eggs." Every few minutes. Then I linger around the front door for a minute to see how often she's screaming that shit. She wait about 15 seconds and hit them off with another, "No eggs. There are no eggs." Shout out to Soul Power who said Fights Over Egypt was his favorite album last year outside of GNX. Word up. That's a good compliment. That sound nice. You know what I don't be liking? Is when cats be having their mic set up, but I could tell their voice ain't coming through the mic. And I be thinking they kind of either, I know people was amateur and just getting into audio and shit, but you streaming and you got your arm, you got your mic and everything set up. And I'm just an audio person who could tell that the voice is coming through the camera instead of the mic. So then I just start getting camera mic spooked. And now I'm about to start looking at my settings. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes because the stuff I dislike is the stuff I would not like to do myself. All right, line. Yeah, that line is right. See what this say right here. Hold on, man. What this say, bro? What this doing? I ain't even gonna trip off that. But that's cool. You ain't never seen nobody streaming like he don't even know how to turn his mic on. Anyway, I bet you $5 you learned something about tariffs you didn't know today. Let me hit you off with some practical something you didn't know about tariffs. When you be traveling and you go buy some liquor in the airport and you get it at the duty-free store, they really need to write the tariff-free store. Because as you'll learn today, that's all that means. But you know it as, oh, you could buy the drink without no taxes. You can buy the drink without no import taxes. You can buy the drink without no import taxes and it's duty free. So that duty is really a sneak word for tariff. But you're going to learn a lot more than that today. And it's not like I had to research and say, let me do a stream on some shit. I literally just came from the bank wiring some money to China. And so I was thinking, man, this might be a good topic to stream on. And that's another thing. The video titles say something like, running a multi-million-dollar company and dealing with tariffs or something like that. And most of us who don't understand business think a multi-million-dollar company, which it could have $1 million right there sitting there, but that ain't how you value a multi-million-dollar company, right? So it's normally going to be its assets, its brand value, and its inventory. The reason why they don't really look at the liquid, they call that liquid. But I mean, we ain't gonna get off on tariffs. We just talking about business, and I mean, I ain't gonna get off the point, but we just like to build. The reason why they don't look into that, because that changes. Like just like liquid, you might be sitting on 500,000 on Tuesday and be sitting on 200,000 on Wednesday. That can't really necessarily be put into the value of the company. But anyway, my man say he got 15 chickens and ain't worried about eggs. That's a good thing. I wish I could get on it like that. Eventually, I will have the space, and I might be on it like that. I got my monitor mounted high, so I guess people gonna have to excuse me for always looking up, because looking at the camera is rather uneventful. You just be looking at like a camera, but I guess that's what you're supposed to do, huh? Instead of looking at yourself on the monitor. So what's been up, man? My time freeing up before I go back on the road on like the 15th. So I will be getting some streams in before the 15th. But do me a favor, put up a comment when you come in. Let's get the video out. I know they don't be wanting to put out the notifications. They probably want me to stream for like an hour to show I'm even serious or whatever. But I am dumb. So yeah, if you talking about your assets, your inventory, and your brand value, I got multiple family members who run multi-million-dollar companies. My sister is doing very well. She has a cupcaking business, and it's not just in the Bay; it's all over. If you in Atlanta, you could go get some of my sister cupcakes. If you visit the Chase Center where the Warriors play, she got something in there. All over the place. Well, not all over the place, but she got various little spots. Her spot called Cupcake, and make sure you support it if you in the Atlanta area or the Bay, what have you. You feel me? That's what they do. But like I said, I just was going. I was coming from sending off some money for a wire, and I was just tripping off how the whole game worked and how, man, and how the tariffs is gonna eventually affect all of us. Y'all want to talk about it? It's so practical and it's so crazy. But let me get some stuff on the screen for y'all so we can. I'm gonna put this up. Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot. I started streaming the TikTok. What's up, TikTok? It was like 44 people watching on TikTok. That's crazy. Well, y'all gotta start fucking with me wherever y'all at on TikTok, because this is how I do. But we're gonna do a little bit of learning, chilling, entertaining, and talking about some of the things that's out here today. But I want to pull something up. So y'all didn't know the term tariffs come from the Moors. Let's start with that. Can I just bust a wig with that right there? Tariffs start with the history of the Moors. Tell me if y'all knew that or not. I know Kim Way probably knew that. He one of them archers. He's a magi archer. He's one of those dudes with that mindset of he got knowledge. What about Sadiq? I think Sadiq might have knew that. I don't know. You knew that, Sadiq? You might have knew that. That tariffs start with the Moors. It was so first and foremost, I'm not championing it or anything. I just want us to know this history. It was before Tariq ibn Ziyad in 711 AD, before he ran up on. Oh, I ain't streaming on Twitch. I'm streaming on TikTok. But I am going to start streaming on Twitch too. It's Casual Rap Glide. Before Tariq ibn Ziyad ran up on the Visigoth King Roderick, there was another brother. Well, it ain't ibn Ziyad. It was Tarif. What was Tarif's name? His name was Tarif, but I can't remember his last name. But he was a scout for Governor Musa and Tariq ibn Ziyad. So now we got Tariq and Tarif. When Tariq, the Moors sent out Tarif to go to Hispaniola, or the Iberian Peninsula, we should say, he sent them out to scout it out to see how easy it would be to take over. And Tarif did so good. When he went up there, it was only this little king, a Visigoth king named, what was his name? His name was Roderick. So if you name Roderick, you got a Visigoth name. I don't know if that's true, but his name was Roderick. The Visigoth king Roderick. And he smashed on him so quick that he set up a city. Before he even came back, he set up a city in the Iberian Peninsula called Tarifa. All right? Everybody who passed through that city had to pay a what? A tariff. All right? Back to the Moor. So that's your invention of the tariff, not the invention of corvée, not the invention of a tax, but the invention of a tariff as it is duly noted in the etymology. It goes back to Tarif, the Moor. So there might be two things that you did. Thank you. Thank you, my man. Tarif ibn Malik. There you go. That's him. Tariq ibn Malik. Yes, sir. And they probably said Malik or whatever, however, but that's what that was. So that's where we get our terror from. It was the Moors going into Spain. Now, had they not did that, Trump still would have thought of some old goofy shit and would have did it. So don't be like, oh, so you saying, nah, y'all, I'm just giving you some history. I said when we go live, it's always gonna be something worth it, right? So then guess what? I ain't gonna finish telling that story because that's some old other history, but that is the etymology to the terror. But you could go back in, that was 710 AD, and then he went back and told Tariq that it was popping, and Tariq invaded Spain in 711 AD, and they remained there to 1492 AD when King Boa had to kiss the feet of the Spaniards, and they got them boys up out of there. He made them kiss the feet. Kiss the feet. Go read the history, bro. He really did that. They said Tariff was on some gangster street with that. Yeah, he made up the tariff. So if we look it up, the city of Tarifa, I don't know if it was like a port city, and we're gonna start talking about that too. Some of these were actually, I'm in Stockton right now. So I don't know if y'all heard me talk about Jordan Lee, who plays for Texas. Now Texas #1. Man, I be trying to tell y'all, god damn, all you gotta do is listen. Go watch girls hoop in college and tell me who #1 today and shut up. Because when the season started, I told y'all, Texas. Because Jordan Lee at Texas. And I know Jay Jonah is going down. And everybody amazed at what they see from her. And I'm telling y'all, I'll pull up my Twitter and show you when I said that shit. She was in the 7th grade. Her and my daughter. They won the championship up in Reno. My daughter hit the game-winning shot. But the way Jordan performed, I wasn't even at that game. I just seen so many of her performances that I'll be like, golly. And they don't really all the way know about her. Don't think I'm getting off point. I just had to go on and get this plug real quick. They don't already even all the way know about her game. She gonna bust out. And once she start getting her game all the way, but now she just been hitting them with their threes. Texas ain't known for hitting no threes. Now we got Jordan Lee. Now they known for threes. But I said that because the team, follow me. The team that she played on in Stockton with my daughter was Port City. Because Stockton is a port city in California. Right? So they played for Port City together since about 7th grade, 8th grade, all the way through 18U. Then they both went to Team J Kid and got put on different teams on Team J Kid, and my daughter lost her shit. She stopped playing. And Jordan went to Texas. Now, Port City, that word port is what we about to investigate because you never really tripped off all of these terms. So you know what a port is, you know a Newport, but you thinking about a cigarette. But a port is something you can pass through. It is the root word to portal. And a portal, something you can pass through. So how are you going to pass through the port? You have an airport. See? Now we don't even call it a seaport because it was the first port because airports wasn't here. It was just boats. So you had the original port, which is a seaport, and then you have the airport. So we clear on that. Now, every time you deal with a port, it ain't always to enter another nation. But one application of a port is international. Okay? You could try to parse the words differently, but you're going to find out this shit is just that simple. If you're not doing nothing to enter another nation, it's not international. I don't give a fuck if it's a phone call. It's in-house. So it would be considered domestic. What's up with Logic? Good seeing you. Right? So right now, until we get in a different type of space travel and shit, we will eventually have the spaceport. But we got right now the seaport, the airport, and if you're not doing anything to enter another nation, it's not international, it'll be in-house, considered domestic. So if you deal with any port domestically, you don't necessarily have to do what? Show your passport. Because you can't pass this port without permission. We wasn't knowing that this shit was really what they were saying. All right, well then watch this breakdown hella more further, dog. What is a collection of everyday habits and rituals called? If we were playing Jeopardy right now, and I was Alex Quebec, and I said, and we were in the category of nationality, and it came up and said a collection of everyday rituals and habits are considered, and what would y'all say? Repeat. A collection of everyday rituals, habits, and culture. Somebody said culture, but I included culture. He said tradition and culture. The ultimate encompassing word that goes on top of those is customs. Believe it or not. Our customs. Because thank you, Shazmu. Because our tradition is one of our customs. Our culture is one of our customs. And our religion is one of our customs. So now we know why we have to whip out our passport to go through customs. But wait a minute. The real reason, now think about this. Whose customs you go through when you go somewhere is just the proof of what I'm telling you. Whenever you can leave somewhere with whatever you want. Meaning you can have 50 P's taped to your whole body leaving America. When you get to the port of entry, you're going to be faced with their customs officers. Now, why is that? How come when you go get on the airplane leaving America, you don't go through customs going out of America? Because they don't care. That's not their business. Their business is what you bring it into our nation. So you feel me? You think about that. So that lets you know that the definition of customs being your daily habits, rituals, and things you do, they want to make sure you're not exporting your customs into their country. So now I'm putting it on the most simplest level so we can all feel game before we even get down with the tariffs. So say you accustomed to smoking weed every day. You feel me? And you think you about to go do that in another country. Or what have you. One where it's not legal, I should say. Well, just breaking down all of those simple things, we can keep continuing on. So then why in the middle of you doing all that, you was walking through the airport, you had your passport, you went through customs, and all of a sudden it was a store called the Duty Free Store? We don't be getting this shit. It's like you playing a video. We might as well be illiterate. We might as well not know how to read. I didn't walk through so much shit. I knew every word and I didn't understand nothing. I don't know what that's like. I can't even find an analogy for that. I know every word that I read, but I didn't understand what was going on. So why is that duty-free store there? Well, let's prove it. Let's just put this here. Duty free. And let me see if I can get this on. Oh, I gotta make it bigger. Oh no, I'm sharing the wrong screen. Hold on, let me swap out. I gotta put my monitor. I gotta put my setup wrong. Hold up. Mic check 1 2. Okay, let me see. So it say right here, excuse me. It say right here, duty free refers to the purchase of an item without paying certain taxes in duty free shops or stores that sell these items. But they not, man, see, they're not being fair. Duty free shops is available at international airports. Hold on. See, they say certain taxes without telling you what the certain taxes are. But it has the fact that, look, right here, the term duty refers to taxes and fees you pay for bringing a purchase across international borders. See? Now, plain and simple, that right there is damn near what we've been talking about tariffs. But it ain't a tariff. You could say a duty versus a tariff, right? Duties and now look, I'm trying to give you gang. Duties and tariffs are both taxes imposed on goods entering the country, but they differ in how they're applied and how often they change. So how they're applied and how often they change is the difference. But if you bringing some product in or out the country, then you're gonna pay this duty, you're gonna pay this tariff, it's gonna be going down. That's us on the personal scale. That's not us on the business scale, but we're gonna talk about it from the business side of things. And I want to get an email open that I came across a minute ago because this was from years ago. This is an old email on my live streaming, live restricted for some audience. Trey, oh okay, because I was smoking, so they limited my stream on TikTok. That's hella funny. It's cool, but let me see something. So I was gonna look for. Hold on, let me find this real quick. It was from a customs broker that I'm about to have to try to get back with her. Right? Let me see. Um, Here we go. Now, if I show you the invoice, what just lets you know that all of my for manufacturing, all of my fees had been paid, right? But I want you to see what this, I just don't need to open the email. I want you to see something, what it says when I share the screen. They try to trick you, but if you do this, you know. I don't know. Some people read it. It don't really matter. Look at what this say. Duty rate for men's shoes. Y'all see that? This is 2016. Duty rate for men's shoes. A tariff is the same thing. So now let me come off of here, because I wasn't buying liquor. I was manufacturing in China. Now I'm going to show you this rate, and you about to be like, hell no. Nah. Look at this. So I can just read it. You seen enough. Look, I'm just going to read it. She says, and I don't know how this worked. I think this was made to suit bigger manufacturers, but this is the tariffs that Trump's had in 2020. And I think they were 20, I mean, not 2020, 2017, 2016. And I think they were 20%. But it reads like this. Well, I'm trying to find the originals. Oh, here it is. Sorry. Here we go. If the unit price is over $12 a pair, to apply duty rate at 9%, then the duty I was going to have to pay would have been $1,100, $1,146.04. If the unit price is below $12 a pair, to apply duty rate 20%. Now hold on, let's talk about that, and let's slow down and see how the brain works when you you think too much and you start figuring out the whole world. Check this out. Yeah, I know I wasn't screen sharing on purpose, but I can screen share. All of this is just business. It's not personal. Let me see. It's not to be disclosed business. It's just an email from GoGo Customs Brokerage. If y'all wind up needing to use her, tell her I sent you. Now look, if the unit price is over $12 a pair, to apply the duty rate of 9%, then I was gonna have to pay a thou wow. If the unit price is below $12 a pair, I gotta pay 20%. Stop and slow down and ask, what sense do that make? Think about that. I'm gonna just tell you the answer. If you beating the price, if you're beating the American price, listen, if you're beating the American price by that much, you got to pay 20%. But if the price you're manufacturing for is this much closer to the American price, then you got to pay 9%. Now that's crazy. Now we're going to talk about drayage real quick. Just because okay. This is stuff we need to know. We still getting it in on tariffs. I said we're going to be talking about stuff we don't know. That's simply when you're going to have that person, basically they getting your stuff to your door. Say you had a homie named Dre. Nah, I ain't gonna mess that up. That's just when they getting the product to your door off the shipping boat. But in order for, now this is what I want y'all to see. I told y'all I paid for the product already. The invoice from the manufacturer don't got nothing to do with this. So this is why Trump's scamming people too. The invoice from the manufacturer is paid already. They're not affected by the tariffs. Now, if you think, well, yes, they are going to be affected by the trickle down effect, let me show you how that's not true. You have to do like the way American manufacturing is happening. You have to at least do 100% tariffs in order for me, the small business owner, to want to manufacture in America over China. Because China is beating our price by over 100%. Everybody, even the street hustler, figure that out. So say you artists, people be liking to do them street analogies, and I ain't got no dope dealing analogies because I don't know nothing about that. But I can tell y'all something else. I can tell y'all about the shakedown, right? So imagine you getting money, right? And somebody came to you and was like, if you want to keep getting this bread right here, I'm gonna try to make it a way we can all get it. Well, forget it. Forget analogies. Just understand the regular shit. Golly. This is an analogy. I ain't gotta spend time thinking of that. I'm just playing. So let's keep on going though. So I got my price. Now they look to see if my price was beating the American price by that much more to see how much to charge me, which is cold. So apparently, let's just deal with what they're doing. They say, look, if you're going under $12 a pair, your ass got to pay 20%. So it was $3,300 of extra money that you got to add onto your manufacturing cost. So now what happened? I'm going to take this price. I'm going to just take this number, then I'll use all arbitrary numbers just so we can keep the bill going. Let me see. Anybody can see this, and there ain't no way around this. This is the only way this is going to work. Unless you got some philanthropic company that be eating charges, right? So I just took the one number and the other number, I'll just make up an arbitrary number, right? But they said above $12 or below $12. So let's look at this. So now, 1,000 units is the minimum order quantity. The minimum you can order, right? And so they said, just say $10 a unit, make it easy for you, right? Now let's see what this says. So you think you got a juk. You found a manufacturer that's going to manufacture 1,000 of them for you for $10 per unit. Your company is in the ballroom talking about it's going to cost us how much? It's going to cost y'all $10,000. That's the manufacturer. Hold on. So this is how it be working. And I got to show you this. Hold on real quick. So it's going to cost y'all $10,000 to manufacture. But we ain't going to the tax yet. Because y'all already a business. Y'all like $10 per unit. Well, most businesses like to double their money. Some like to triple. And to depend on what what your markup is. The shit we be buying from Gucci and shit, they be like making 100 times. They be making like 100 times what it costs to manufacture it. Literally. So when we talk about the value of a company, how much of that value is in the brand? Well, that's what we talk about there. Gucci's brand is so valuable to us that they can manufacture something and sell it for 100 times the manufacturing cost. You don't believe me? I'll prove that shit right now. But let's keep it simple. So 1,000 is the minimum order quantity, MOQ. $10 per unit, you gonna pay 10,000. You already at the company trying to think about the get back. That's how it happens. Because tariffs don't exist yet. Motherfuckers just make them up and then come on TV, and now you gotta deal with that. So I'm gonna prove tariffs wasn't in nobody's business plan. So this is why it's gonna hurt so much. Watch this. So then what happened? Well, at my company or anything I'm down with, 2 times ain't enough. That's like street hustling, doubling your money. I don't like when I just double my money. You might as well be selling nickel bags or some shit. So I don't fuck with no double your monies, and I stay out the 100 column and all that shit. It's a waste of time. But anyway, we gonna go like this. We gonna just do it like this, all right? Now, depending on what the item is, let's just say this item is a shirt. A nice polo shirt, you know, like the polo 2 buttons with the polo right there, and you making your own. I'm just making up an arbitrary item. You just paid $10 to get it produced. You're gonna get 1,000 of them. You're gonna have 10. If you sell them for $30, they cheap. They're not even fly. That's how I fucks with it. You at least gonna 5X this thing, right? Your polos need to be like 45, 50. But I ain't gonna go off point and focus on this for too long. But everybody feel me. If y'all wanna be all cheap and shit, then we're gonna do a 3X. Now you got some $30 polo shirts. That's a t-shirt. So hold on. At least 5X that thing. What I mean, if you don't understand, this is 5, you're gonna make 5 times what you spent per unit. So if each unit was manufactured for $10, you 5Xing it, each unit costs the MSRP, the manufacturer's suggested retail price is 50. Hold on, though. Yeah, that means other people could get in on that money, though. Now let's talk about it. If the MSRP is 50, then other people gonna be able to get in on your 5 times. You're not gonna make 5 times. Remember that. But hold on, I ain't even got to the tariffs yet and show you how it mess up everybody's money. So hold on. 5 times, so you do that 50. Let's say the manufacturer suggested retail price is 50. That means you're gonna give it to them for about 30 wholesale price, and they get to still make $20 off it. So that means it's a valuable product for them to sell. But anyway, let's keep going. So you're looking at pulling 50 racks, 50,000 off of your investment, right? Now watch how this mess up. Before you got to manufacture, it don't even matter if you was manufacturing. None of it matters. The factory ain't gonna talk to you about tariffs because they don't have to deal with that. So you broke them off their 10 bands. Then guess who you had to call to get it to your house? Well, if you're not like me, if you want to do some risk, you don't have to do this. But if you're smart, you contact A because they got insurance. You contact a customs broker. If you want to fill out that paperwork yourself and lose your product, do it. Or get your product caught up at the port and you can't get it, do it. Now, when you call your custom broker, I just showed you the email from the custom broker. She hit me off, told me off. Oh, man, what you doing? She all working me up to know, look, you about to have to pay hella money. So she was about her services, and I mean, not her, but their services that are public. You could go see them online. But you're gonna wind up just giving them for their fee a couple grand already that you didn't even trip off. See? So let's go. I'm just gonna say an arbitrary number. Just for them to do everything for you is 2K. Now here come the tariffs after all this. But it's the duty rate. And we just looked up what the duty was. Now in this same arbitrary unit, we're gonna take this number and we're gonna see how that tie into this business plan. Where do you put this number? Because now you just found out that it's 2K. And this other price, which is the 20% tariff. But this ain't 20% tariff off of the number right here. This is the number she had took it from. If I wanted to put the 20% off of this, I'll just put another 2K. Right? Trump said 20%. So now you got to know. So where do this number go? That's the question for American businesses. That's the question for you. Hold on, let me big screen it while we chilling. Right? Where do this unexpected 4K go? It don't go down here. This 4K go to this 10,000. Right? So that means it didn't cost you 10,000. It cost you 14,000. Now this 10,000 number go up. So guess what other number go up? The per unit number go up to $14. Hold up. The per unit number go up to $14. Ain't that simple enough to see? Now, how do that hurt China? So what happens is now you go back. I just showed you this number that you use an unexpected expense, a tax. 4K goes right here. Taking your overall manufacturing cost because of the tax on the manufacturer up to 14,000. Taking your unit price up to, hold on, 14 a unit. Because you still want this to be evident. This got to stay the same. This is a fact. That's a fact right there. 5 times. So then you're going 5 times 14. Do your quick math. Hurry up. So now your manufacturer suggested retail price calculator is 14 times 5. 14 times 5. So this is what it's on the shelf for now. It's not on the shelf for 50 no more. Look what that did to the customer. It's not on the shelf for 50. It's on the shelf for 70. Just that easy, bruh. That little 4Gs for a small company. Imagine what this is for like Nabisco and them or whoever. That was just a quick short lesson just on, just coming from a different perspective on it. But you can see how that do. Right? So I don't know how that's going to help. Now, so who money is the government collecting? It's ours. That customs broker take the money and give it back to Trump now. I paid that, man, golly. Anyway, I ain't gonna keep going on that. I might come back a little bit later or get on something else. But I just want that to be up there. So that just took a $50 product. So you can tell me, well, let's look at this in other ways. Because some people, there are other ways to analyze this in business. And I got some modest business partners who be saying humble stuff like this. So humble that somebody say something like this. Well, why don't we just not try to make 5 times the money? That's a lot anyway. Why don't we just make 4? I'll be looking at cats like, what? I'm not even talking about that. Hold on. I'm just saying in my whole life, not in one particular situation. Why don't we just try to just make 4? You know, pushing for 5. Tell you're being greedy. So now Trump passed a tariff and we taking off the amount of profit we can make. Wow, it affected the American in a different way. But yeah, I don't got too much for that. So how it's designed to work is how it's working with the 100% tariffs. And if you put 100% tariffs, the market will really crash. But the reason why none of us got Chinese EVs, one is because the infrastructure ain't here yet. Like we have to, where will we charge our cars? But 2, they got 100% tariffs. So they got a $19,000 EV in China. 19,000. You buy it out here, 20 G's. I mean, 40,000. You want to say 38, whatever, but 100%. Not crazy. That is crazy. Let me see. Yeah, man. So I often think about hella record labels that fell apart and what was the impetus, what caused them to fall apart, or what held them back. And I think it was because they didn't really have no assets. A lot of the longevity of my crew and everything that we've done is because we said let's not split everything. Let's put stuff together. Let's accumulate some assets. And being able to do that was healthy. You know what I'm saying? Because we all are owners. You know what I'm saying? We all are property owners. We all are landowners, and that's good because of that. And it helped us to stay together. So, but not to go off the topic, I'm gonna end this at about an hour. If y'all seen, y'all can look that up. Yeah, all the way back from 710 AD, where we had Tariff Abin Malik, who set up the city Tarifa, all the way up to Donald Trump right now, thinking tariffs is gonna do something. I don't even understand what he think. I mean, it might do something, but it's at our expense, right? And so now you starting trade wars. And I don't even want to talk about, before this is over, I also just had to deal with, because, we got some shows in Canada. Think about this. We want to sell merch at them shows. Now you remember we got to take our passports, pass through a port, and show them our customs. What if we go through customs with hella duplicates of the same shirt? If you got too many duplicates of the same shirt, I think if you got like 10, you automatically gonna get called for commerce. I don't even know how many it is. I mean, if they dirty and you can clearly tell they're not to be resold, that's different. But if you got like a fold of some shirts and you going through customs and you didn't declare that, you gonna be in trouble. So then you gotta declare small numbers, like we be having to declare 30 CDs and shit. So now I'm manufacturing with Canadian manufacturers. And they just sent me a mock-up. Come on, man. Y'all want to do some real life shit. Stop playing with me. Let me see. And it be feeling good to do international business. Right? And across all lines, yo. So let's see. I mean, this my man just back. I'm just checking the mock-up. I ain't gotta put it on. Yeah. But again, I had to use this Canadian company for multiple reasons. Because I don't want to pay that tax. But without, look, I mean, you know. Hold on. So I said he just sent back the mock-ups. Stop playing, bro. Feel me? And so this is to avoid duties, taxes, tariffs. And now I gotta even, if I gotta try to get around it, come on now, it's a wrap. Thank y'all for watching. I'm gonna be back streaming more often because I got a little bit more time. But we've been recording and I've been getting my beat, I've been making some slap. So eventually I'm gonna have some whole new beats for my show and everything. Right? So just know if you was Mr. on Trump's side and you thought he had a plan, that dude is a fool. How do you bankrupt a casino? Just tell me how you bankrupt a casino. All right, I'm up out of here.